Haas has unveiled its car for the upcoming season, marking its first campaign without former team boss Guenther Steiner at the helm. However, despite the excitement surrounding the launch, the American team harbours pessimism about its early chances. With a new boss, a fresh car concept, and organisational reshuffling, Haas enters the new season with uncertainty looming overhead. Now let's delve into the new car concept of Haas's VF24. In 2023, Haas faced a tumultuous season, grappling with inconsistencies despite promising qualifications. Thanks to a late red flag, Kevin Magnussen found himself in 4th place in Miami, only to slip back to 10th by the race's end. Similarly, Nico Hülkenberg's stellar 2nd place qualification in Canada was marred by a post-session penalty, relegating him to 15th in the race. The pattern persisted throughout the season as Haas struggled to keep pace with its midfield rivals. While competitors evolved with effective updates, Magnussen and Hülkenberg languished with a car seemingly stuck in the past. This stagnation proved costly, as Haas finished at the bottom of the constructors' standings, a mere 4 points shy of 9th placed Alfa Romeo. In contrast, AlphaTauri's strategic updates catapulted them into the midfield fray, Daniel Ricciardo's impressive performance in Mexico City underlining their progress. However, adversity often catalyses innovation. Haas seized the opportunity to experiment with new concepts, unveiling a Red Bull-inspired version of its VF23 ahead of the 2023 United States Grand Prix. The decision stemmed from a critical evaluation of their current car's performance, particularly its notorious tyre degradation issues, as highlighted by Magnussen. Looking ahead, Haas embarks on a transformative journey for the 2024 season. Former team principal Steiner stated last year, "Next year's car is a complete change in concept. We couldn't make a complete change with this year's car because we have some restrictions, like the radiators and side impact structure. But we will go in that direction as much as we can. But it's more to learn, and hopefully we get a more stable car." And that is what we've seen from Haas. The 2024 season launch for Haas has unveiled a significant transformation in their approach, a complete change in concept. Haas has taken a bold step forward with its latest car, the VF24, signalling a new era for the team on the Formula One circuit. The VF24 introduces a striking change in appearance, embracing the prevailing trend of predominantly black liveries seen across the F1 grid. This visual transformation underscores Haas's commitment to staying current and competitive in the ever-evolving world of motorsport. Amidst the fresh coat of paint, the VF24 embodies more than just a cosmetic overhaul. It represents a strategic shift under the leadership of rookie team boss Ayao Komatsu. Beyond the surface, the VF24 boasts substantive changes to enhance performance and aerodynamic efficiency. One notable departure is the transition from last year's Ferrari-esque sidepods, replaced by a sleeker, more streamlined design. The revamped sidepod inlets, now shorter and broader, facilitate a more aggressive airflow trajectory, drawing inspiration from the Red Bull school of thought. This design evolution and enhancements to the bargeboard-like outer floor fence promises to maximize downforce generation while minimizing energy losses, a crucial aspect of competitive racing in Formula One. Another notable transformation is the evolution of the sidepod's top face, departing from the gutter-like crevice Aston Martin and Alpine experimented with last year. Instead, Haas opts for a more simplified curved surface, smoothing out topographical changes along the edge for a sleeker appearance and enhanced aerodynamic performance. A closer look at the engine cover reveals a noticeable refinement, particularly in the Coke bottle section. The bulkier appearance observed in last year's model has been streamlined to align with the prevailing trends of the 2022 technical regulations. This adjustment reflects Haas's keen understanding of aerodynamic principles, as it seeks to optimize airflow and maximize performance on the track. Reducing sidepod inlets necessitates a larger overhead intake to ensure the proper air mass flow rate for cooling the powertrain components. While the triangular shape endures structural requirements, the overall intake adopts a rounder form, highlighting Haas's meticulous attention to detail and commitment to excellence in engineering. These changes signify Haas's strategic adaptation to the evolving technical landscape of Formula One, providing the team with increased flexibility in addressing topside aerodynamics. The rear wing package further exemplifies Haas's innovative approach, featuring an exposed tip design reminiscent of a trend explored by multiple teams last season. In response to the 2022 regulations aimed at minimizing vortices and enhancing aerodynamic efficiency, Haas introduces a unique approach with the rear wing. Unlike the mandated merger of the upper plane into the end plates, Haas employs a small separator, exposing the wing tips. This strategic maneuver generates vortices as high-pressure air converges with lower-pressure air underneath, strengthening the wing's power and improving overall performance on the track. Haas has also introduced some minor changes to the front wing of its VF24 car. They made the second wing narrower towards the end, which helped push the air out better. The wing design they're using now is similar to what they used later in 2023. They added 4 curved separators to the upper parts of the wing to help direct the air better. Also, they stopped the nose before the lowest part of the wing to ensure it could create enough downforce in the middle. But there's a catch. Haas is only showing us what they want us to see. There might be more to the VF24 that they're keeping secret until the first race in Bahrain. Plus, just because a car looks good doesn't mean it performs well on the track. So while the VF24 might seem like it could struggle, we'll know once we see how it handles during the races. So even though the VF24's changes make it seem like Haas is in for a tough year, things might turn out differently once they start racing. How well the car deals with its tyre problems will be the real test of its success in Formula 1. As the season progresses, we'll determine if Haas can make the VF24 work and compete with the other teams. Komatsu, the new leader of Haas, thinks 2024 could be a year of significant changes for the team. He believes in taking things one step at a time. He wants to ensure they get the most out of their current setup before considering any significant changes. Komatsu says, "If we get maximum out of how we set up, and then if that becomes right, we cannot do anything better with the way we set up. Then we can talk about that." He's optimistic about what they can achieve with their current setup, but also acknowledges the need for change in the future. He thinks that as they improve, it will become clear what adjustments they need to make. Haas struggled in 2023, but they showed promise in qualifying. Komatsu wants to build on that and ensure they perform well in races. He knows they can't afford to wait for improvements that don't deliver results. He wants to make intelligent decisions to move the team forward. Overall, Komatsu sees 2024 as a year of learning and transition. He hopes their lessons will guide the team's strategy for years. It's a big task, but Komatsu is ready to lead Haas into the new era of Formula 1 racing. But do they have the drivers that can help them achieve this? When Nico Hülkenberg returned to Formula 1 with Haas after a break of 3 years, many were curious about his performance. Despite his time away from racing, Hülkenberg showed he still had what it takes to compete at the highest level. Even during his break, he had impressed as a substitute driver for Aston Martin, previously known as Racing Point. Hülkenberg quickly adapted to the demands of racing, impressing with his speed during qualifying sessions. While he faced challenges during races, especially with tyre wear, his ability to secure strong starting positions highlighted his talent. One memorable instance was in Canada, where he set the second fastest time in qualifying. However, a penalty due to a red flag infringement pushed him back to 4th on the grid. If Hülkenberg can maintain his excellent form, and if Haas can improve their car, there's a good chance he'll start earning points for the team. Kevin Magnussen faced a more challenging time on the other side of the garage. The car known as the VF23 didn't suit him well, which was reflected in his performance, especially during qualifying sessions. Despite his previous successes in Formula 1, Magnussen found it challenging to match Hülkenberg's pace. The gap in performance between Magnussen and Hülkenberg raised questions about Magnussen's future with the team. However, Magnussen's position within the team remained secure despite the difficulties. With his experience and skill behind the wheel, there's hope that Magnussen can turn things around and improve his performance. Both drivers have the potential to shine, but it will require determination and effort to overcome the challenges they face on the track. Subscribe now to our channel and hit the notification bell to ensure you never miss an update on the latest F1 news. Subscribe and stay tuned for more gripping insights, thrilling analysis, and exclusive content as we continue to bring you the most exciting stories straight from the world of motorsports.